Hey, what's going on everybody? Alex here with Freedom Mowers. Hope you all are doing great. I know we have a lot of new viewers and I really appreciate you guys checking out the channel. We've really got our work cut out for us today. I have a super crusty Craftsman that we're going to check out. I pulled this out of the lady's backyard yesterday and she said this thing has not ran in like 3 years and it looks every bit of it. So let's check it out, give it an overview and see if this is something we can even save. So the story was behind this one, the lady said, oh, I've got a Craftsman, a little bit older, it's been sitting, and come get it. So you guys can see this thing is definitely seen its better days, but these older Craftsmans, these like basically LT 1000 styles, I love these things. They were built to last. You still see a ton of them out there, and I think they were the last of the tough built tractors. So you guys can see this thing is just covered in crust. She said that the deck belt on, or not the deck belt, the deck cable that she thought was broken on it, and it looked like to me that it wasn't broken per se. I took a look under here. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. I'm wondering if the deck is just kind of hung up down there. I've looked around it a little bit myself. This blade on here is wobbly, so that's extra sketchy, and no guard. So had some oil leaks. It looked like there was some house wiring going on here for the headlights, because the headlight switch itself is just melted. If you notice, it says that it has a color command 15.5, and now it is repowered with a Briggs 16 horse overhead valve, 6-speed. These are the factory wheels. I think this one is like a Murray wheel and tire on this side. This one was flat. You can see yesterday I aired it up. It's kind of holding a little bit of air in it. Let's see what else. Tank was empty. There is actually a shutoff on it. I don't know what happened to the fuel line here. It's hard as a brick. And yeah, so quick overview. It's not locked up. It still feels like it has good compression. Some rat turds right there. Motor says it's from where the engine says 2000. Oil looks half decent. I'll have to get a rag to wipe the stick. But yeah, that's pretty much it. The overview. Some kind of algae growing in the seat. But yeah, it's a crust monster, so let's have some fun, see if we can bring this thing back to life. If we can. I don't think that this machine is going to have a lot of value in this area just because it's so far gone, but if it is revivable, this will definitely be a good parts machine, because I'm always looking for other engines, and I think I already have another tractor for this deck if this deck is good, and we'll have some other good savable parts for future projects. So let me get this pulled into the shop and we will get going. All right, looks like somebody drew a anarchist logo in the front here. It's real nice. So we'll go ahead and take the hood off this beast. We'll actually get a proper oil reading on it. Show you guys. It's been a busy day today. I've picked up three riding mowers today, so you guys will be seeing that soon. Well, the oil looks really good. It's right at the add mark at the bottom, you know, right there at the bottom of the hash marks. So if this does turn over, it'll be all right to run it there for a sec. And definitely going to be trying to tighten up that blade if this thing isn't blown up, because we don't need any blades coming off and taking any extremities off. So let's see. I guess we'll go ahead and just hook up the jumper pack on the back here and see if we're at least getting power to the key switch or what's going on. Alright, well let me get this pack hooked up and we will get going. Alright, we are hooked up. We've got, well, maybe 12.5 volts in the jump box. Need to put it on charge, but should be enough to kick us over here. Got the brake set. It's in neutral. Should be good to at least turn it over. Let's give it a shot. I don't know if you guys can hear. So the solenoid's working, so we've got power to the switch. Alright. Watch my toes. Got a whole lot of nothing going on here. Let's see. Well, this might not be. PTO might be. I don't think the switch was pushed down. Let's see. Oh yeah. Alright, hold on. Let me get this. Let me see if I can figure out what's going on with this button here. I think it's the PTO switch. You can see it's just kind of dangling here with that cable that they were talking about. Right, I've got the lever finally holding down the button. I'll show you guys what I saw though. A common issue on these, can't really show you at the moment. I'll get it lifted up and we can see on the deck, but the tensioner gets hung up that actually engages the deck, and I just pulled that forward and now we took all that slack out of the cable that was there before. So let's see, let's see if this, yeah, I can hear the deck moving. So the cable's not broken. Alright. Well, let's see here then. We're still hooked up. Brake set. Nice. We're turning over. Alright. Well, what do you guys say we put a little carb spray down in the intake here and see if this thing will fire off after 3 years. Alright. Forgot we didn't check the air filter earlier, so let's take a little look, see how many bugs come out of here. That is really not bad. Usually there's roaches galore flying out this thing. Come on. It's even got the pre-filter. It's not all dry rotted and falling apart. Man. Let me get some, we're making moves here. Let me hit this thing real quick with some compressed air and get rid of all the roach droppings in there before it falls in the intake. I'll show you guys real quick. Pretty clean. Alright, so we've got the throttle off. Choke is open. Alright, make sure that our choke is working. You guys can see it. Yep, choke's working. Alright, here we go. See if we can get this thing to live. Oh yeah, didn't sound half bad either. Alright, well let's see if we can get it to run just a little longer off spray. And then, I don't know, maybe we'll just throw some gas in the tank and put some new line on here. I'm gonna give it about a 10% chance of actually running on its own. Maybe not even that, maybe like 5%. cooking off some oil or something there. Sweet. Well, so far so good. Once again, I want to thank you guys for checking out the channel. We've had a ton of new subscribers and I really appreciate it. I like having some fun out here in the shop. I'm not a professional. I just like tinkering on mowers and trying to see what I can fix. So it's pretty much what you guys are seeing. I do get some comments where people are asking a lot of stuff and telling me I'm doing things wrong. So, you know, trying my best, and I learn as I go. So let me get some. I've got some fuel line over here, and I'll see if I can hook up a new piece of fuel line from that shutoff right there to the carburetor. We'll put just a little bit of gas in the tank and we'll see if it works. I mean, I'm surprised the solenoid, you could hear it clicking, because usually those things get super gummy and they'll just stay closed and you won't ever get any fuel. So let me get that line hooked up and we'll see if this thing will crank again. Alright, I just threw a, guess I should have put a filter in line too, but just for testing purposes, see what's going on here. So just a small piece of line. I did put a little splash of gas in there. We'll give it a shot. Don't see anything leaking yet. Alright, well, let me get this gas cap on. And choke. See, I told you these old Craftsmans were tough. This thing cranked right up with some spray. 3 years. Alright. And here we go. Sweet. That's awesome. So, didn't sound the happiest, but is running on the carburetor that's been sitting there. So, a little bit of fresh fuel in it. I don't know. I can see some vapors coming out of here. I'm hoping this is not another head gasket this week, but we'll see what's going on with it. Let's get some oil in here, get that topped off, and then I'm gonna lift this thing up. We can take a look underneath the mower deck. I'm gonna get that blade tightened up, and I'll look at the other one too, make sure these blades aren't about to fly off, and then we'll set it back down and see if this transmission works. Alright, I got the oil topped off here. I got the mower up, and I did look underneath the deck here. Everything looks to be in good order. Good amount of spiders right there. Nothing to be unexpected. I did feel the other blade. That one's on there tight. It's just this one's got that, if you guys can see that wobble. So let me get that tightened up before this gets crazy. And, oh, I did notice that tire that was flat yesterday is almost flat again, so I'll have to air that up. We'll get this thing dropped down and let's crank this thing up, see if the transmission works. Alright, well, I would say we are good to test. Got it back on the ground, moved the lift. We got the jumper pack hooked up. And oil's good. We got a little bit of gas in there. Tightened up that blade. Had to get the breaker bar out and put a little anti-seize on it. Move this hood. All right, let's hope for the best. Oh yeah, I guess we're gonna have to, because it's got the fuel solenoid and I don't have a battery in here, we are gonna have to kind of put the jumper pack on the side here if we want to run it. Let's see if I can do this without arcing anything. Alright. I think we are good. Alright. Everything goes smooth. I guess we'll test out this mowing deck, take it out at 6th gear. You hear this thing popping. Definitely needs a carb clean. Alright, here we go. Everything's working like it's supposed to for the most part, other than the carb clean, really going through, lubing up the deck. But runs, drives, cuts, sputters, pops, extra crusty. Alright, let me run this thing back to the shop, and I'm going to show you guys what I would like to do with the parts for this one. Alright, well, so far everything seemed to be working out pretty good on this. Like I said earlier, you know, I don't know what tractors are going for in your guys' area, but you know, a lot of times cosmetics are a big thing around here, so I really have to make sure they look good. And I think this one's a little bit beyond, but it has a lot of good parts on it. So let me bring you guys over to the mower that I would like to see if this deck is compatible with, and maybe the seat, which I'll end up trying to see if that'll fit, tape it, and then get a nice seat cover for it. But let me show you guys what I'm talking about. So this is the mower I would like to see if the deck is compatible with. And the only reason I'm not sure is because the way that the cables mount on this newer style, the cable comes in right here from the side, and the older style, it comes through the middle there. And I've never tried to swap them or see if they were compatible, but this is a hydrostatic Ariens with a V-twin. It's got a 20 horse V-twin on it, and overall this one's in pretty good shape. It does have a little bit of some rust right here in the footwell, but I think that's something I could do a little bit of paint touch up. But overall I think that this one would actually clean up fairly well, and you know, hydrostatic, it would be a nice machine. So this one, the deck was totally rotted out on it. I'll show you guys. It goes all the way. You can see this thing is just, there's no saving this one. But I want to see if that seat and deck is compatible with this machine, because this is basically an LT 1000 as well, and I think that would be pretty sweet to be able to save this one with the other good parts off from that machine and have a nice good runner again. So let's go wrap this up. All right, well, the goal today on this machine was just to get it up and running and test everything out, make sure it worked. Transmission's good on it, and the mowing deck just needs to have that piece ground down for the engagement. It's a common problem on these decks, but the cable's good on it, and we've got a good running engine on here as well. So basically everything I need for parts to try to put on that other machine as well. I do have, worst case, I do have another LT 1000 that's in a little bit better shape that has a bad deck on it too. So this one is definitely going to be a parts machine. Let me know what you guys think. You know, should I try to part this one out to fix some other ones, or would you guys try to clean this thing up the best that you could? I mean, I think here, if I were to totally go through this and clean it and try to get, you know, it looking the absolute best, I'd probably be looking at like a $400 mower. The Ariens probably $600 mower. So, you know, I think it'd be worth it, and I'd like to see that one up and running. So let me know what you guys think, and as always, I really appreciate y'all stopping by, checking out the channel. If you would like, you know, think about maybe hitting that subscribe button and leaving me a comment. I love hearing from you guys. So on that note, let freedom ring, let the small engine sing. I'll see you all next time.